absolutely don't. No, this isn't even. No, listen. Our Republican parties is like if we step back and we get away from the American political system, and
it's fascism.
We use a traditional European parliamentary system as an equivalent. So we compare apples to apples here. Yes, the Republican Party are fascists. They're not as there are parties farther right, but not a lot of them. So our Democratic Party is right of center.
Right of center. That's what I've heard, and that's what I thought.
Your flaming liberals, your Bernie Sanders, your AOC, barely left of center.
Okay, so I would probably consider myself left of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, most of Europe is left of that. Most of Canada is left of. Most Western democracies
are even further left than AOC or Bernie.
Because look, here's the thing: until you get to, eventually, I know we talk about it on a line, but really it's a circle, and actually it's a sphere, and we don't think about these things.
When you move far enough left, you do get your guns back.
Yes, yeah. Well, until you talk about seizing the means of production, which is also stupid. Like it doesn't. That's also dumb. Like
what do you like? So communism is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, communism, degrees of socialism. You start to get to inevitably what's going to happen here is that if you go far enough on either side, a small group of rich people control everything.
Okay.
The only difference here is what kind of language they have to couch it in.
Okay. So and we're definitely speaking more broadly here, but as far as I've moved far enough left that if it's something that requires if you require it for survival, it should not be it should be easily attainable, very, very easily attainable.
It's funny. You mentioned this too. Even you actually want to talk about a Republican darling, a guy named Thomas Sowell. I've never actually had to say his name out loud before. He is a black economist who was popular in the 50s and 60s. Yeah. And Republicans love him because he had hyper-conservative capitalistic ideologies, and he was one of the blacks. So they were very
happy about their blacks.
Oh my God. And you'll still hear them talk about this guy all the time. And even this hyper-conservative guy still said that there were 4 areas that should never be for profit: military, medical. I wasn't prepared to write this down.
Education,
medical, education, and there's one more
housing.
Housing.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's me. This is an ultra conservative.
That's me, 100%.
And he actually argued for a lot of what was really progressive, would be really considered wildly progressive stuff. He actually also argued for an adjustable rate. Basically, what he said was, here's the poverty line. Let's say the poverty line is $40,000 a year. Okay. What he said is you should pay taxes on everything above $40,000. But if you make less than $40,000, the government should send you money to until you get to $40,000. So if you made $35,000, the government should send you $5,000. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a big fan of his. He had a lot of other stuff that's wildly evil and completely moronic. Okay. But
so far you're selling me.
He had some really good points, and then a bunch of other really, really bad ideas.
Yeah, it sounds like a very conservative beat.
But can you imagine that idea coming up today?
Oh my God!
Your farthest. Bernie Sanders might go along with that.
Well, you had what's his name? The Asian guy.
Oh yeah.
He was all about the UBI.
Yeah, and this is effectively what UBI would be. Yeah. Like this is the version of UBI that would make the most sense. Yeah, libertarians are big on this guy too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A negative income tax.
That's the thing. So when I wasn't, because I moved left. It's hilarious. My little sister Sally, she started listening to old Hijack episodes and old Irreverent episodes, and she was like, oh my God, dude! I didn't know you were this conservative. This is a completely different person.
Dude, I voted for W.
Yeah, me too.
Twice.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I didn't think I wasn't sold on gay marriage in 2000, and now to say that my views have shifted. is an understatement.
So the thing is that like I think that you and I went like we were on the same, and then like you went left, and then I'm just like.
Here's the thing. I didn't go left or right. I went like diagonal. You want to know?
Yeah, give me some examples of how.
So here's the thing. Limited government. Because the problem was you go farther left is the government gets bigger and bigger.
Sure.
That's not good. Sure. The Republicans are also doing big government, so that's fucking stupid. Yeah. But really what you need here in order for this system to work is the system needs to be in tension. Okay. There needs to be tension. What we really need is a getting away from first past the post voting, so that you get to a truly parliamentary system, so that there are 7 or 8 parties, and representation is based upon how the votes go all the way around. This is what you see in Europe all the time, where there's like you have to have a coalition of like 4 or 5 different political parties to get together to form a majority, so they can form a government. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you need to do. We have the oldest. We have guaranteed one of the oldest constitutions still in existence. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Like we were one of the first, and we're one of the only ones who's still using the original document. We've tacked on a handful of amendments and called it a day.
Like 27 of them?
Yeah. Everybody else has grabbed our constitution